welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. If you've ever set out to learn a new language, you already know it is quite the journey. But today we're zeroing in on a really specific, incredibly rewarding goal, and that's unlocking Arabic fluency. So let's just dive right into this explainer and explore the structured, immersive methodology developed by a Muslim academy. We're going to break down exactly how they are totally transforming the way students in the US master the Arabic language.
But before we get to the solution, let's just validate a very real experience for a second. Why does learning Arabic so often feel just incredibly frustrating? Seriously, if you have tried and struggled, you are absolutely not alone. The source material pinpoints exactly what learners in the US are facing right now. A landscape that's just filled with scattered resources, wildly inconsistent teaching quality, and honestly, a total lack of structured progression. It's kind of like trying to build a house without a blueprint. You put in all this effort, but without clear logical steps, it just leads to really slow improvement and ultimately burnout.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. The Arabic learning struggle. 2. Why immersion works best. 3. The step-by-step method. 4. Programs built for you. And 5. Mastering your daily routine.
All right, let's get into section 1, the Arabic learning struggle. For a lot of people, the ultimate goal here isn't just passing some academic test, right? It's about understanding authentic sources directly without having to constantly fall back on translations. But the core roadblock holding learners back is what the source calls translation dependency. Basically, when you are constantly translating Arabic back into English in your head, you're essentially adding this extra, really heavy cognitive step to every single interaction. And this dependency slows your progress down dramatically. It completely prevents you from achieving that natural, fluid comprehension you're aiming for. Because think about it, you aren't really learning to speak Arabic, you're just learning to translate it really slowly.
Moving right along to section 2, why immersion works best.
And this is exactly where Muslim Academy introduces a solution that's tailored specifically for non-native speakers. Instead of that translation dependency, which again just slows progress and totally stalls fluency, they use a 100% Arabic immersion approach. By completely removing the safety net of translation, this method literally forces immediate understanding. It trains your brain to think directly in Arabic right from day one. And the result? Way faster comprehension, much stronger speaking skills, and honestly significantly better long-term retention.
And the science behind this is actually fascinating. Immersion creates a natural learning environment where the brain adapts quickly to new patterns and structures. You see, fluency doesn't come from just rote memorizing endless lists of vocabulary words. It requires real, consistent interaction with the language itself. Your brain is essentially a highly adaptable pattern recognition machine. So when you immerse it in Arabic, it naturally just starts to map out those new linguistic structures on its own.
Which brings us to section 3, the step-by-step method.
Okay, so how do we actually take this massive, overwhelming task of language acquisition and simplify it into an actionable plan? Well, according to the methodology, consistent results come from following 4 essential steps. Step 1, begin by mastering the alphabet and pronunciation to build a rock-solid foundation. This includes really understanding the critical concept of how Arabic letters actually change form depending on their position in a word. That is absolutely key to reading ability. Step 2, focus heavily on listening to develop a natural comprehension before you even stress about speaking. Step 3, practice speaking regularly to build that gradual fluency, even if your vocabulary is super limited at first. And Step 4, follow a structured curriculum. Every single lesson has to build logically on the last one to avoid any confusion. Let's look at section 4, programs built for you.
Now, because no two learners are exactly alike, there are specific modular pathways you can take that suit your own unique goals. First up, we have the Alchemeo program. This is your complete, comprehensive course. It covers reading, writing, listening, the whole shebang. Next is Takalam, which is highly practical. It focuses strictly on improving your speaking skills and real-world conversational fluency. Then there's Arabic à la carte, and this is a super flexible option that lets you pinpoint specific areas, like maybe you just want to focus on grammar or text analysis. And finally, the Al-Shama program. This is a specialized track emphasizing Tajweed rules and accurate Quranic recitation.
But look, having a great program is really only half the battle, right? It actually needs to fit into your life. Muslim Academy personalizes this whole experience with flexible scheduling that actually accommodates all the various US time zones, which is a huge deal. They provide customized lesson plans based on your individual strengths and weaknesses, continuous assessments so your strategy is always adapting to your actual real-time progress, and one-on-one sessions for that focused attention that practically guarantees faster improvement. It just ensures you're progressing efficiently without any unnecessary delays.
But I want to point out,
A great curriculum is basically nothing without great execution. Effective Arabic teaching demands so much more than just finding a native speaker. It requires a rigorous recruitment process, continuous teacher training to maintain those high standards, and incredibly strong administrative support to make sure students are guided, followed up with, and most importantly, kept motivated throughout the entire process.
And finally, Section 5, Mastering Your Daily Routine.
Now let's address the massive elephant in the room for adult learners here in the US. How on earth do I actually fit this into my insanely busy life? The answer is a realistic study plan. As the source defines it, this means short daily sessions combined with structured lessons to maintain steady progress without feeling totally overwhelmed. Listen, you do not need endless hours of free time every single day to master Arabic. What you actually need is sharp time management and the discipline to commit to short daily sessions. Consistency is absolutely always going to beat cramming.
To keep that momentum going over the long haul, the source outlines some really highly actionable strategies. First off, tracking your progress regularly is essential, mostly because it lets you actually see how far you've come. It also helps immensely to break this massive journey down into small, manageable milestones. And hey, whenever you hit one of those targets, celebrate that small achievement. It's a proven way to boost your confidence. On top of that, joining a supportive learning environment gives you that accountability you need on the tougher days. And finally, try supplementing your formal lessons by weaving external tools like Arabic podcasts, simple reading materials, or language apps right into your daily commute or your downtime.
If you're sitting there still thinking, yeah, but I'm just way too busy, I really want you to remember this key takeaway. Learning Arabic is achievable, even with a packed schedule, as long as you follow a consistent plan. The barrier isn't time, the barrier is strategy. If you stay engaged and keep a positive mindset, the results will absolutely follow for sure.
Which leaves us with this final, vital question to ponder today. Will Arabic remain just an isolated lesson you do on a computer screen, or will it become your daily reality? True mastery happens when the language steps out of the classroom and really integrates into your everyday life, when you truly begin to think and communicate naturally in Arabic. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this structured breakdown has empowered you to take that next confident step on your learning journey. Keep learning, keep immersing, and I will see you next time.